This video is to show you how to use Excel to find an average daily balance. And I'll be following along with the instructions that are posted in Canvas. So I've already entered my name, the assignment information, and the headings in cells A5 through E5. So on the directions, I am ready to start on step 6, which says to highlight columns A through E at the top of the sheet. So I'm going to left click on A and drag it over to E, and then right click on the selection and click on column width, which is near the bottom of that menu. And then we want to enter a column width of 16 to accommodate the length of all the headings. So I'm going to change the number that's in there to a 16 and then click OK. And now you can see how all of my headings fit nicely in their own cells. Step 7 says to click in the white space to unhighlight, and then click on column A to highlight just column A. And then I'm going to right click on that selection and select Format Cells, which you can find just above where we clicked on column width a minute ago. And then we want to change the category to text, which is located near the bottom, and then click OK. Step 8 says to click in the white space to unhighlight again, and then click on column B to highlight just column B. Right click on this selection and go back to Format Cells. And now this one we want to change the category to number and make sure that we have 2 decimal places selected. So that way we can enter all of our monetary values. So I'm going to click OK. And then I want to do the same thing for column C and column E so that they also have 2 decimal places. So I'm going to click on column C, right click, Format Cells, and change it from general to number, and then make sure I have 2 decimal places set, and click OK. And then again I'm going to repeat that for column E. Step 9 says to use the table from number 11 on page 703 of your text to enter the dates, the original balance, and the charges or payments in the appropriate columns in your Excel sheet. So starting with the date of August 15th, we had an original balance of $1,236.43. And then on August 16th, we had a charge of $125. On August 17th, we had a charge of $23.56. On the 18th, we had a charge of $53.45. On the 20th, a charge of $41.36. On the 22nd, a charge of $223.65. On the 25th, $310. On the 30th, $23.26. September the 1st, $36.45. September the 12th, $41.25. And then on September 13th, we had a payment of $1,345. So because that was a payment, I'm going to enter it as a negative, since that will reduce our balance. Alright, so now we're ready for step number 10, which says to calculate the new balance on August 16th, go to cell C7, which is right here, and enter the formula equals C6 plus B7. So that's going to have Excel automatically add these two amounts together for you. So there's our new balance as of August 16th. So now step 11 says to right click on cell C7 and select copy, which is up here near the top. And then we're going to click in cell C8 and drag down to C16 to highlight that group of cells. And then we're going to right click on that selection and click on the third paste option, so the one that has the little F sub X on it, which pastes a formula. And then this will automatically calculate each new balance for you. Step 12 says to manually enter the number of days spent at each date in column D. So this we need to figure out on our own. So our original balance, we're just going from August 15th to August 16th, which is 1 day. And then the 16th to the 17th is again 1 day. 17th to 18th is 1 day. The 18th to the 20th would be 2 days. 20th to the 22nd would be 2 days. 22nd to the 25th would be 3 days. The 25th to the 30th would be 5 days. And then August 30th to September 1st, well, here's where we need to take into consideration that August has 31 days. So from the 30th to the 1st, we would count the 30th and the 31st, which would be 2 days. And then September 1st to September 12th would be 11 days. The 12th to the 13th would be just 1 day. And then our billing cycle ends on the 15th. So from the 13th to the 15th would be 2 days. So now step 13 says in cell D17, so the cell that I'm in right now, enter the formula equals sum, parentheses, D6, colon, D16. Close parentheses. And that's going to add that list of numbers together. And you see we have a total of 31 days, which means that all of our numbers here should be correct. Since there are 31 days in August, there's going to be 31 days between August 15th and September 15th. Step 14 says in cell E6, which is right here, enter the formula equals C6 times D6. And then we're going to copy and paste this formula all the way down column E. So I'm going to right click on E6, select copy, and then I'm going to highlight E7 through E16, right click, and select the paste formula option. Step 15 says in cell E17, calculate the sum of those values. So in E17, I'm going to type in equals sum, parentheses, E6, colon, E16, close parentheses. And then step 16, in cell E18, which is where I'm located right now, we're going to calculate the average daily balance by dividing these two values. So I'm going to type in equals E17 divided by D17. And there is my average daily balance for this billing period. And then step 17 says to right click on that last value, cell E18, and select the B to make it bold, which is located right there. And then click on Format Cells. I'm going to go back to my Format Cells option. And then I'm going to change it from a number to currency. And again, we just want to make sure that we have 2 decimal places. But what this is going to do is it's also going to insert the dollar sign and the comma for us. Step 18 says to use cell D17 to label this as the average daily balance. And then step 19 says to go to cell A20, so right here, and type finance charge. And then in cell B20, this is where we're going to calculate the finance charge for this average daily balance. So we're going to use the formula equals E18, which takes this amount, and then we want to multiply that by 0.015, because in number 11 in your textbook we were told to use a 1.5% interest rate. So our finance charge for this month would be $26.87. And then just as we did with this value, we want to right click, click on the B to make it bold, and then right click and go to Format Cells and change it to a currency value.